What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good.
Looks
Man,
like you're living the sunny Southern California dream there.
you know what? It's a nice day in Southern California.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
So
January 14th as we're recording this. What's that?
well, we just left a nice warm also Las Vegas with PCMA Canadian leaders. It was an incredible experience, and I know we're going to spend some time talking about it. So we're excited. So
Yeah, let's dig into it. So we did, for those that don't know or didn't get to experience it at PCMA, we did release a whole bunch of features really to coincide with PCMA because we're so excited about that partnership. And in fact, I will point out, we are now internally referring to it as JUNO 2.0. It was a big enough thing. You know, there's so much there. There's really a lot. Some of the stuff we're going to talk about today, and even some more stuff kind of under the hood. That is why we're at that milestone. So, I mean, yeah, this is a big one. We're pretty excited about these features.
Yeah, and I think it was the 2.0, the official launch of our single destination platform. And of course, that's going to continue to evolve, and we're excited about it. But what it means is there's now one place for people to come. And I love this. I was going to post up. I jumped on the mobile app, and it's how can I watch the closing ceremony? Hi, does anybody know how to watch content I missed this week that was recorded? This is the future.
Yeah.
This is the question. And to have a mobile device where I can ask these questions, and I love it. I already see the responses coming on. You know, I want to watch this. I can pull it from my computer. This is amazing. You know, people are in the community are responding. They're answering the questions. There is a single location for your event, and all of that content that Nicole, I won't say her last name, but Nicole wants to watch content she missed. Elizabeth wants to watch a ceremony she missed. This is what it means to have one location where all of that content that you experienced during the event now lives post. Communities can get on there, they can chat, they can engage, and that value proposition that we've made to people, which says we're going to connect and educate you, lives on. And so with our 2.0 launch, of course, we did a ton of upgrades to our platform, but we also launched our app. And so now we have the seamless experience between native mobile and your desktop. And we've got, let's talk a little bit about what some of those attributes are. So I just mentioned the social feed. So
I mean, I'm kind of like got goosebumps a little bit because like what a great example of community, right? And also think of having the event kind of live on, right? Like people are engaging on the platform, and it's around the content, of course, but like, you know, to have that quick, like I can just be on the app and be like, yo, I want to watch content, have someone else in the community respond to that, have that channel for that engagement to take place. I mean, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's on the social feed, which is, you know, so we've got as a, like for each event and also on the 365 kind of homepage, ability to have a global social feed. So just, you know, it's like Instagram, like Facebook, right? I want to post, here's something I saw that's cool. And here's a picture that I took with the astronaut at the JUNO booth, you know, whatever it is, it's that thing of like, you kind of want to just tell your story and share your experience with the world. And so that's and awesome that people are used it and are still using it. I think that's so cool. Like I'm just
absolutely
about it. Yeah. The other is then we also have the, you know, concept of groups, right? So social feed is great. It's for like everybody, you're engaging, you're sharing your stuff with everybody at the event. But we know also that people, you know, kind of want that birds of a feather, right? You want to really engage with, like PCMA is a big group. A lot of these meetings is a big group. You're not really close to 4,000 people. You don't share all those same things with 4,000 people, but maybe with, you know, 40 or 80 people, you probably do. And so
tell folks how we set groups up. Like how are those 40 to 80 associated?
It's a great question. There's a lot of answers to it. So it's a great question with a long answer. I'm gonna I'll get stuck in my own head on that one. I think really what I like to do is like think about ways that like again 4,000 is too big of a group, so I've got a smaller group. And what you want to have that thing where there's some kind of shared common interest. A lot of times, I think why I pause a little bit there is that what I've seen with so many of these, and associations have this whole time, is you break it down into chapters that are more regional. That makes a ton of sense for advocacy, for meeting in person, of course, but we're talking about flipping that on its ear a little bit. And so I think one of the opportunities here with digital is, you know, yes, maybe I'm in Texas right now, and so that might make sense that I want to meet other people in Texas, but I'm also interested in, you know, certain things. I'm a technology guy, I'm a product guy. I want to meet actually with those people, because that's really where my connections are. And I think that's what we've seen so much with digital, is that ability to create connections, like more based on interests and targeted things, rather than just who's sitting next to me.
Yep.
And so, yeah, those groups, I think companies ought to look at setting those groups up as, what is going to create that, like, wow, you do that too. That's awesome. It's not that we both live in the same city, but it's that we're both interested in the same things, because that's where you get really great conversation and connection.
And that's that connection, right? So whether it's chapters or whether it's interests, like we have the ability to put people in these groups and allow them to have their own communications going on, which creates so much more. Again, we're going to connect you. We're going to educate you. We're going to bring these things in. So it's super powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. So around those groups, we've created like a homepage, so that the groups and like a group admin, which a lot of times is actually a member or somebody that's more directed in your like customer base, can actually maintain the content on there. So it gives them kind of their own homepage, their own space for that group to come together. So you can see like, what's the next upcoming group like meetup, whether, digital or in person. And then also that group feed. So now I can post myself, and instead of sharing stuff with 4,000 people, I can share it with just my little cohort. And then also one of the things we think is pretty cool is within a session, I can actually comment rather than just chatting everybody in the group. I can switch over to a kind of a private channel for my group, and we can have a little conversation there. So you get to experience that session that we're all happen to be watching. I can talk to the big group, and I can talk to my small group at the same time.
Absolutely. So when you start to think about this, and this is what we rolled out with PCMA, and we're going to keep building on it, which is, hey, we want you to be having a single place for those social communications, those group communications, content to live on. I'm just excited about an environment that is beautiful, that is easy to use, that is on your desk or in your hand, in which all those connections can be happening. And really what we want to do is we want to encourage people to reach out to us and see that. Let us walk you through it. Let us strategize with you on how you can use this tech to engage your members, your users, your attendees year round, provide more value. And remember, so much of that momentum gets lost after events, and it doesn't need to, because you can drop new content with groups. That's another fun thing you can do, is say, hey, we know you're all interested in this content. You guys can watch it together, talk about it together, engage with it together. So there's so much possibility and with how to use this functional technology. Let's talk a little bit about analytics. I think this is super cool too.
Yeah, this is sort of the secret of the event, right? Because I think if you were there, you didn't know anything about it, you didn't see it. But one of the things that we've built just in the last couple of months is a really kind of leapfrog in terms of the way that we're handling analytics. So we've always tracked a bunch of stuff, given people reports that they can download out of the platform. But there wasn't actually a lot of analytics going on. There was a lot of metrics. There was a lot of measuring and tracking, but not a lot of so what. And so what we've done is actually create a metrics or an analytics API that can be consumed by, if you already have an analytics partner, we can feed directly into them. We're partnering with Bear Analytics, that's really well known in this space. Brings a lot of knowledge to the events analytics space. And then we'll make that part of our offering. So it's that ability to actually really do analytics, to really get some business insight, because it's big data. I mean, we're talking about hundreds and thousands of megabytes of data of what we're tracking on people. And to, again, we were sharing that as like a flat file that was, people were having to upload and parse, they really weren't getting much value out of that. So we've set this up now where that infrastructure is in place, that we can feed these dashboards and these analytics platforms and really start to make some connections out of what's happening at the event, what people looked at, what they're interested in, what the groups are doing, all that kind of stuff.
Man, I love it. Listen, from social feeds to groups to, again, your desktop or your hand, we are creating that single ecosystem. And then I love it because all of those actions, all that information is data that we can use for year-round engagement, year-round upsells, year-round, whether it's ticket sales, whether it's new CMEs, CEs, whether it's learning courses, it's all there for us to really run with, and it's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it, man. Was there anything we're missing? I mean, I know for me, I got to tell you, I got to, as a CEO of the company, it was fun. I went into a room at PCMA and did a virtual session. And it was so cool because there were people there that were like in their rooms
Uh-huh.
Seriously, it's so cool. They were in their rooms watching me speak. I was on location doing a virtual session.
Right.
And I said, hey, where's everybody from? And it was like Maryland, the UK, New York, California. I'm here. And you're like, wow, like that, it works.
Yeah.
You know, it's a powerful way to maximize stuff. And we did it. And we did it with PCMA. We did it in a beautiful way. And it was exciting.
Yeah, and I saw that, I was certainly online the whole time. I saw a lot of people that were like, hey, we're here online, we're here in Vegas, but we're watching this from our hotel room. I mean, it's just, and that's not new. We've seen that with these hybrid events, but just to really get that reaffirmed, as much as people love being in person, people love the opportunity to be like, gee, I'm just going to sit in my hotel room. I went out and partied last night.
Dude, it's true. It's true.
And not miss out on it and still be able to connect and engage with it. And I think, another thing that's so cool is the app, being able to be on site and have that same chat and the same, the same Q&A and the same polls, that all, like, everyone's got that same experience at the same time because we have that handheld. It's just, super cool.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Gabe, thanks for all your work. Thanks for your leadership. It's been an incredible experience, I think, for all of us to get this far. And, like we say, we haven't come this far to come this far. So let's keep going. Let's go to the next mountaintop and see where we go.
2022. We got another year to kill.
I like it, brother.
Good to see
you, man.
Thanks, Josh.